So I'm not gonna even give any more information. We can listen to the question, and I want to hear what y'all would say. I think we typically are congruent on a lot of things, but I wonder if anyone would differ. So play it.
All right, I'm gonna refresh it. Hopefully it's unmuted. While you morning.
Did a study, and the study went something like this. They asked the research subjects a simple question. The question they proposed was, you're looking for work, and you have two job offers. Okay, job offer A is going to pay you $100,000 per year, but your coworkers will make $200,000 a year. Job offer B is going to pay you $50,000 a year in a company where your coworkers make $25,000 per year. The professors found that fully.
Jeez, you barely got.
It's all good. So
refresh the entire page.
Just to, I mean, I didn't mean to make it life or death. It's fine if you guys heard a little afterwards. But just to reiterate the question. So, and I'm pretty sure we've all heard a question or in philosophy similar to this in some capacity. But essentially, I'll even use the numbers he used again. Would you rather be working, option A, job in which you're working on, you're earning 100K per year, but your coworkers, and you know this for a fact, are earning 200K, or would you rather the option B, 50K job, but you know for a fact your coworkers, your peers are earning 25K? Now, again, I kind of think I already know what your answers are going to be, but you never know until you know. I'll go in reverse order. So, Ace, what option are you taking, A or B?
Option A.
So you're going 100K, but your coworkers are making 2. I guess briefly, why'd you pick that?
I guess the main reason is because that tells me there's probably room for me to get up to the 200K as probably more likely than.
I don't know if they mention it in this, but you have to base off the assumption you'll never earn more.
Okay, well then, yeah, option A. What?
I guess it's by the laughter. Okay, so let me just cut to the chase. Would anybody go with B? Would anybody go with the 50K, but you know for a fact your coworkers are earning 25?
No,
but the cricket sound effect
was too extreme. Like, if it was less extreme, I think like 75 versus 100. I think it would be more reasonable. But yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
25. Well, first of all, 25,000 for your coworkers. What do you do with 25,000? That's messed up.
So, Ghost, you're saying that if you were making 75 per se, but your coworkers were making what? 38?
Well, if the scenarios were like, instead of it being 25 and 50 for the lower scenario, if it was like 50 and 75, I think that might be a little more reasonable. But like on the surface level, the answer is obviously going to take the more money. But I'm just thinking of like, what are the reasons that you're so below everyone else? Are they all working overtime and you're not? Like, I guess if we're assuming that hours are the same, workload is the
everything the same, they literally
it's obviously more money, but in my opinion, but it's I don't know. I think there's
well, let's see.
Someone has to take a hit for humanity here.
Let's hear what the brother had to say in the video, then, to kind of get a more like understanding of this.
Hold on. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna play it.
The professors found that fully 50% of Americans choose job B. It's actually at the heart of a lot of what's wrong in America, because these people don't want to do better themselves. They actively want someone else to be doing worse than them. It's not about them making more money. It's about, well, that person makes more. They're concerned about what other people are making and not what they're making themselves. It's two.
So upon hearing this, is that really the word that comes to mind? Upon hearing this, does anyone change their mind? I already know the answer to that. But two, does hearing that make you do you understand that rationale of like some people look in terms of what other people are doing and not necessarily what they want or what they're doing? I guess I'll start with you again, Ace. Does that rationale at least make sense to you?
I don't think I can wrap my brain around this one. I'm not. I don't understand it at all. To be honest. It's such an
You don't understand the
obvious.
behavior?
No, it's such an obvious choice to choose the more money that I don't understand. Yeah, I'm baffled. I'm truly baffled right now. I can't.
Crabs in a bucket. Never heard of that?
You know, I
But
think
it's not. I don't. Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
think I think that people who said a lot of the people, and you know, we said A, but a lot of people who said A probably just said A because they were asked the question and they didn't want to seem uh selfish or not even selfish. What's the word?
Nah,
I mean,
I feel like
but
there's
what do you
group of
think
people.
the logic? I mean, I guess he explained it, but why? Like,
So
how
to
does that
play
trump more
devil's,
money?
look,
I can play devil's advocate because
No,
personally,
I
I've
know.
never
Yeah,
had
go
this
ahead.
mindset. But if you were at a job where someone's earning double the money that you were, and y'all have the same responsibilities and all that,
Mm-hmm.
you probably think I'm doing just as good or a better
Mm-hmm.
job than this person. And why are they getting paid double than me when they don't,
Mm-hmm.
in your mind, deserve it?
Yeah.
And that
It would
is,
eat people up.
yeah,
It
that's really
does.
where that
Mm,
all stems from. And again, like
Yeah.
for me, it doesn't. I at my job, I know that I have coworkers that make more than me. When realistically, like given the workload and the quality of work that I do, I should probably be
Oh,
making more than
let's
them.
not make this too.
However,
Let's not make this too personal now.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that is like
Carl.
I'm kind of in not this scenario, but if I was petty, then I could I could not hold my bosses hostage, but I say I know this person's making this much. I want to make at least that or more. But it's really if you can step back and look at it and just isolate it, what's better for yourself, then that's the mature thing and what people should do. But a lot of people do not operate like that. Like I said, like the crabs in a bucket
mhm.
mentality. It's people want to bring each other down for whatever reason, but that's how a lot of human nature and humanity works. Like it's just it's how it is. And there's so many examples that you
yeah.
can get into, not even related to this. Just like if people do good, in
I
theory,
like to be optimistic.
yeah, like that's how people should think. But a lot of
Yeah.
times, you tell someone good about yourself, they might seem
Hmm.
happy for you, but you're like, "Damn, why didn't this happen to me?" Like, and I think
Hmm.
every single person is guilty of that to some extent,
Hmm.
on a much lesser level than others.
No.
Like,
Hmm.
you're lying if you say that you never saw a billionaire, but like, damn, they live in like this, they live in lavish, and I'm living like this, and I'm working like that's crossed everyone's mind at some point. But it's just if you dwell on it and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
let it
Yeah.
consume
You're
you
right.
versus you just
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
It's
It,
like
it
that.
really is the level to which you dwell, as
I
opposed.
think for real, the number game is what really plays such a crazy part in it because the numbers is extreme difference, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
that's
Yeah,
where it's
so
they
at.
exaggerated it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so option B, you sound like, you sound like McScrooge or
Yeah, you
whatever.
sound petty.
Basically, yeah,
Make it
like
sound pretty bad, yeah.
so.
But the fact
My
that
thing is, if you,
50% still chose it too, like
yeah,
even
that's
even with
Yeah,
it
crazy.
sounding
but
that
that's what
bad.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I think some people just chose A because they were like, okay, you know, this is what people expect me to choose because it's the more rational choice. But
I'm
in their
looking at
heart, they
like,
want the
mhm.
dynamic. They wanted the B dynamic, but they saw the numbers and they were like, nah, I'm gonna go A.
Option A, you could still make the world go round. Option B, it's gonna be like a famine.
Yeah.
Like option A, at least you might be making a little bit less money, but everyone's gonna eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might have to bite the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I'm not making as much, but you still could afford, your living standard. Like you can still
Yeah.
save and do plenty with 100,000. While they have 200,000. It sucks, but that's the job world already. But The option B, that's crazy. You about to be the ruler of the land for no reason.
I wonder if maybe that's why people chose option B, because if you're looking at it like in this
He'll be the
current
king.
economy, you can't live off 25,000. But if
Exactly.
everyone made 25,000
Who
except
can't
for
live off
you,
25,000?
then maybe the cost of living is cut in half or cut in a quarter what it is
Nah,
now.
nobody's
You
doing
talking
that.
about
Probably
the
not.
economics,
No.
of the entire
No,
country?
I'm just trying to cut people a little slack. Like,
No,
I think they said coworkers, so it really would be a
They
scenario like
they
this.
should have scaled it up. They should have scaled it up.
Yeah,
And
like
probably
100,
made it a little bit
200.
closer. Yeah, to get a realistic. But I think the idea still stands though. Like even if it is 50%, or if you had changed the numbers and it was 75% to show the human nature in this
Mhm.
situation, I think it would have. I think it would have moved in the same direction. But this is
Did he say? Did he specify that it's Americans who answered this? He said Americans chose option
I
B,
don't know.
I
majority,
don't think
or did he
yeah
just say everybody? Who,
I
Yeah,
never.
I don't think they specified location. They just did. They just said
yeah. That
a professor or
Okay,
professors did a study. So
because that's just super
safe.
shallow. So I
It's
just
safe to
thought it was
assume this is in
definitely
the states,
American.
but
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
that's what I
America.
thought.
yeah, and
Yeah,
you
that
just
was
said
like
this is
super
what's wrong with
shallow.
America.
Oh yeah, he did say
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's what I thought.
but
Yeah,
this
roughly.
is the parable of the penny. The
Oh,
when
what's
they
that?
Listen,
when they're promised a penny, and there's and somebody comes late. Somebody comes at the beginning of the day. They're promised a penny for their work. Then at the end of the day, there's somebody comes in the last hour of the day, and
Oh, the
they
literal
a
parable.
penny as well. Yeah, the parable in the
Yeah, yeah,
Bible.
yeah,
mhm,
Promised
mhm.
a penny. And
yeah.
of course, people who were working all day felt like they needed more than a penny. It was like, but you agreed to the penny. You're like, this is what
Mhm.
I've heard that same parable
Ah,
with
mhm.
food. So yeah, like I said, I think it's a like a philosophical question that is expands outside of more than just a dollar value. And I think the unfair part about this is, and even like with the small test that I did, we're trying to cut off the hearing that the explanation. I think if you're thinking about this in a rational way or like having a dialogue how we're having, people will be more inclined to go with the A option or the option that's going to give you more, even if you know other people's are making more. But it's
I
still
wish
it's like,
I
go
wish
ahead.
we had somebody on here that would have chose the B option just to just
Yeah, I think it's
to get their
yeah. It's
input.
I don't think any of us could be lumped in with that statistic as far
I,
as what he said. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. I think when you're looking at like if you're just asked this on a street by like someone doing research, maybe then
hmm
you'll be more inclined to give. But I
yeah,
think as we're talking about it, like we're talking through it,
hmm
I don't. It would have been kind of strange if somebody did said B, in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like everybody had their answer pretty much immediate. I had my
hmm
answer right off the
you
bat.
definitely.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah. I mean, I don't know. My mindset about money is, as far as opportunities come and money is, yeah, just take the more money. Like regardless of the situation, as long as it's not morally compromising, you go
hmm
for more money and you save or you figure out how you can increase that in ethical ways. Like that's like the
hmm
baseline. If you tell me 100,000 and it seems reasonable, I don't need more scenario. Oh, and everybody else is making that don't
Yeah, yeah.
make sure. But I think, and it's just economically stupid to choose something
Yeah,
else. I
yeah.
think they might have said, if they said 100,000 and everybody else is making 200,000, but then they said, or you make 120
hmm
and everybody else making 100. Yeah, you choose 120 just because it's the more money.
Well, if
hmm
you're
I
It
got a
wouldn't,
yeah,
question for
it wouldn't
y'all.
necessarily
What
mean because it's everybody else, but it would change the scenario. So I don't know.
hmm
Go ahead, Ghost, real quick.
what if
We can
what
move on.
if it was same exact amount of money? You get 100,000 either way, but your
Oh,
coworkers
100
get
either
50
way.
versus 200.
Ah,
Then what would
this is
y'all
a good question. There it is.
oh
There
yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah. That's smart.
There's the
Smart.
question.
That's
All right.
smart. That's smart.
And let's make it 20,000 difference. So let's say you get 100 either way, or in one case everybody else gets 80 and everybody else gets 120. That's a harder question to answer.
I think I still have my answer, but it's kind of
What is or
not very inspirational.
what
I
comes to mind?
I probably choose to have other people make more because that probably means I have a little bit less responsibility. I mean,
Mm,
that's how my brain thinks. Unless you're specifying that everybody has the same amount of responsibility and everything, it just feels like, well, you can't put as much.
That's not.
Um,
That's almost like a different.
Look,
That's almost like a different
I think
question.
I
I
feel
think
like the
you almost have to.
scenario.
I think you almost have to
Mhm.
assume that it's the same level of work and responsibilities because then the
mm,
question becomes: would you work less,
yeah, would you be more ambitious?
knowing other people are earning more, or would you work more knowing other people are earning less?
gotcha. Yeah, that's a different question. Oh,
Yeah,
I
You
mean,
feel
then
less.
if
You
I'm
feel less bad then.
yeah, and then it just becomes like if we
Yeah.
separate that, it kind of becomes an altruistic thing where
yeah. Are
would
you
you
doing
rather
more?
other people make more money? Basically, that's the what the
Yeah.
question is.
No.
I'm gonna say
Then you can tell other people they got to suck it up. I'm making more money now.
nah, I was gonna go the opposite way. I was like, what,
I
if I'm
I
gonna
mean,
make
if
the
you're only
same
making,
amount,
hmm
like if I'm
if
gonna make the
look, if
same
you're only
amount in
making
either
20,000
scenario,
less, hmm
then yeah, then why not have other people make more and they have more for themselves? Like it doesn't.
yeah,
What
you're
they're
less likely to
making
get
doesn't affect me.
assassinated.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't affect
hmm
you, and why do you even have the choice? But I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of a strategic thing from a strategic standpoint, and it would bring in other questions like if you make it is like job security one. If you're making
Mhm.
more, maybe that means that they view you as a more of an asset, even if you're not doing more work and everything. But they realize they're paying more for you. That means for some reason
That's
you
the
have to
that
work
could be
more
that
time.
could go the opposite way
But
too.
yeah,
You're
that's the
making
other thing I was
more,
gonna say. If you're
you be
making
the
more
first
and they
one to
gotta
get
cut
cut. Yep.
exactly, if they gotta make cuts, they're looking at who's the highest impact, and it's
Yep.
you. So like, uh, yeah, I mean, it might be better to stay under the radar and let
Mhm,
everybody.
Exactly.
mhm,
But
mhm,
this
mhm.
is
Fair
not
enough.
necessarily.
Let's not.
Quest as the supposedly most wholesome person here, quote unquote.
I was about to say, what are you
What
talking about? But yes, this is a fact. Yes, we have the data that supports that.
what's your decision?
Based off this new line question, yeah, I'll earn 100K and be and other people are earning more. Yeah,
Okay, all right. Backing up the title. All right.
but whichever way you side, I mean, it sounds if you listen to this guy, it does seem to put people that would want to earn less, and even though other people are earning less, and like that's you're morally maybe wrong, but I still say it's just like I don't know. Maybe it just comes down to human nature and your perspective on things. I don't necessarily put a negative or positive connotation to these things.
The problem
Um,
with America.
yeah, exactly. Apparently, but if there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic.